Hello, Teaquilters. Today is Wednesday, December 20th, 2023, and we're here for the Missouri Star Quilt Company Countdown to Christmas. Stash or pass. Day number 20. So I'm pulling you all up on my phone so I can read the comments while we wait for people to get into the chat. We've got Ruth here, Nancy, Linda, and Sheila Carroll, because we got a Sheila Willis as well. all right. We're just going to give people a chance to get the notifications on that I'm here. No drawings tonight, so you don't have to worry about drawing anything tonight. I didn't plan anything. Just giving people a few minutes to get in. I came in like a minute early. It just turned 12:01 and I can't see the chat. So let me go out and look at the chats again. Oh my goodness, lots of names. Katie Crafts, Quilts by Cormel, Joe Cormel, Dee Branson, Sharon Rubin, Jean Green, Teresa Dawkins, Susan Baker, Joan E, Tiffany's Quilting Life, Jean Hoffman, June Hansen, Wynn Sprinter, Priscilla Stevenson, Deborah Holloway, and then Sheila Willis. Like I said, we had two. Emily Zahoots is here, and Liz Reynolds from Northern California. So welcome everybody. Last video on the 19th, I explained everything about Stash or Pass, and I'm still getting emails that I don't have time to respond to all the emails, and I'm still getting questions in some of the chats from a few people. And so, again, Stash or Pass. I am opening up the Missouri Star Quilt Company's Countdown to Christmas, and I am either stashing or passing, and sometimes I'm doing a partial where I'm I'm sharing with you guys. So, like on the Christmas trees, I'm going to give you one. That was a partial. And so I made the large tree, and then I gifted off, passed on the other two. Somebody asked me, was a partial considered a pass? Yes, it is. But you got so many other passes that you shouldn't have to use your partials. But yes, a partial is considered a pass. I had people that had already put their information into the drawing. You couldn't enter the drawing until I at least got to day number 18 if I had an item that I passed on. So I went into the drawing and I deleted all the entries that were in the drawing. So there are no entries in the drawing unless you did it after 5 o'clock. If you did it after 5 o'clock, everything is fine. You can stay in. But I went in and deleted everyone because I had people emailing me what their final answer was because they went and entered the drawing before they had the final answer. I'm not going to go and manually put everybody's responses into the manually. So I deleted all the entries. I think it was like 12 people that had prematurely entered the drawing before the 18th. And so I went in and deleted all of those. Where is the form where you enter? I got that question a lot. It's in the description of any video that's been uploaded since the 5th day. So it's in the bottom of this video. It's going to be in the bottom of yesterday's video and the day before that and the day before that. So the link is in the description box. All you got to do is go click on the link. It'll take you to the Google form where you can go enter the drawing. What drawing? The items that I pass on, I am going to send to somebody. It looks like it may just be one person, but if I get to the end and it grows substantially, I may end up splitting the pile between somebody else. Right now, I'm looking at sending it to one person. Trying to think, is there anything else? I'm just going to say that I'm going to have the drawing on December 26th. I don't know if it's going to be at 12:01 a.m. or if it's going to be in the middle of the day. So I'll just make a live for December 26th when I decide what time it's going to be. It could be another one of those impromptu things. It just depends on how my Christmas day go. So I don't know what time. Jim is here. Ann, Dizzy, T. Roberts, and Jones says, I'm so sorry you had. No, it's no problem. It's just easier for me to go in and delete, because I'm not going to be, I can't change your entry form. And then once I download the data into a PDF or put it into Excel, I'm not going to take my time and manually enter people's that were prematurely entered in the first place. So it was just easier for me to just delete those 12, 15 people, however many it was that had entered the drawing ahead of time. So if you've entered the drawing, you need to go back and re-enter. Do know that if you enter more than once, you're going to be disqualified. I do sort the entries and see what they are. And if you're disqualified, you're just disqualified. I'm not going to go into what you have to do once you win. I'll do that in the winning video. Worry about that later so we don't have any confusion on that later. Hey, Vivian Calvi. So, yeah. All right. So, we got everybody in here. So, let's go ahead and get the numbers for yesterday. We got the 2 pencils and the Happy Quilter Variety Puzzles. And I'm only today going to give you the results for what the Teaquilters voted. That's what we're collecting the counts for. People are getting confused with whether it's the Teaquilters passing or if it's I'm passing. It's when I'm passing on the projects, not the Teaquilters. It's what's going to be in the giveaway box. That's what you're putting in your entry form. So on this one, we had 56 people that said they would stash the puzzle book and 11 people that said they would not. Again, I knew when I opened up this particular gift that it was going to be for those people that did that. Everybody doesn't do puzzles. Like, I love Sudoku. A lot of people don't like Sudoku. A lot of people don't like word search puzzles. A lot of people don't like fill in the blanks. Well, I do. And I buy those type of books anyway. So, again, it's one of those things where for the most part, they're hitting things that I like. Everything that I've passed on has been really pretty. It's just that I'm not going to do it. I can't even say that it's ugly. I'm just not going to do it. You know, it's a lot of some of the handwork. And then right now I'm not collecting any Christmas fabric. So that was another thing. So it just depends. Today. Whoops, I dropped it. Today is day number 20th and it's in this cute little box. It's got Family Story Create. And it was made in China, but it's got Missouri Star Quilt Company on the back side of it. So, here we go. Open this up. Oh my goodness. Now, we already know what the answer is going to be for this. Can you all read that? Crystal Pin Cushion. I'm hoping that's reading the right way because I don't have my screen on. And it's one you gotta make because it says project instructions. I didn't see that before. Or project supplies. Project pattern for 5-inch squares. All right, so let's see what this is. Take it out the box here. Okay, so they give you the little crystal jar. And then there's a ball that goes on top like a bead that's multifaceted. And then they give you the thread. Now look, I got on a purple shirt today. Give you the thread. So a couple of things here. One, it's not red for Christmas or green, so I do like that. And it's very cute. It's very easy to make this. You don't have to, I don't know what these instructions are going to tell us to do, but just one charm pack And I'm thinking that the thread is what's going to separate it as you're going through the bead. You're going to go like across it both ways and then go in the middle, and however many times they tell you to go through to make the sections for the pin cushion. So I am a collector of pin cushions. If you all didn't know, I do like them. Right now, I'm going to say that I'm going to stash. And if I change my mind, I can change my mind always if I decide I'm not going to do it. So my goal, I'm going to read the instructions at some point. If I don't get it done before I do the drawing, then it's going to be in the drawing, because I don't want anything that I'm not going to do hanging around. So that's what's going to happen. Today, I am stashing this project. Kind of like what I did with the tree. I made myself finish the tree. So it's crystal pincushion and pattern. That's the smallest pattern I've ever seen folded up. I have to write it down because I'll get to my computer and forget. All right, so let's see what you guys are saying about this. I think this purple would look really good with a piece of K-Facet fabric or even Tula Pink fabric. So let's see if that comes into fruition, if I follow through on that. Oh my goodness, Diamond in the Rough is here. Okay, so we're getting the stashes and passes from people. Pass, but keep that purple thread. That's Joe Cormel. She loves purple. Stash. I make these all the time for gifts from Susan Baker. Yeah. I had something similar that I want to make that I haven't done yet. But it's very similar to this, except that my container is not crystal. Well, this ain't crystal either. But it's not glass. All right, so let's see what we got here. We got 19 stash so far. Wind Sprinter just came in and made it 20. So I got that. So 20 stash. And I would use it as a candle holder. It's Joan E. And that's the kind of stuff I like to read too. See what else people would do with it. Jean also loves purple. And we've got 7 passes. So that's what I'm going to write down right now. Jim says, I will always use my tomato that was my grandma. So that's pretty cool. Yeah. I have a tomato. I keep it where I fold my fabrics, and I have all the little eyeball pins that I've, could put in fabric and leave forever if I needed to. So, Tiffany's saying, since I rarely use pins, I don't need to make pin cushions. Haha. And Nancy saying 7 pass. I got you. So thank you, Nancy and Tiffany, for helping me with my count. And yeah, I think that was it. Them two. Because sometimes we have other people in here participating. So for right now, I'm going to stash it just because I'm a pincushion collector. I have a whole shelf of nothing but pincushions over my long arm, in my long arm area. So I'll do it. And if I get it done, I'll keep it. Otherwise, you'll just be surprised when you see it in the box. Okay. What else can I do here? Pass for me. That's Kathy. Okay, so that's 8. I'm assuming you haven't voted already. So that's 8. So, hopefully, if people would look at the entire videos, I think people will know what the rules and requirements are. Again, I'm not even going to talk about drawing day. We'll talk about that in the last video so everybody's on the same page. You can't win something if you don't know the information and know what you got to do. So I've been telling you all from day one what's going to happen, and going through all of that. I'm still in a dilemma about my Quiltmas quilt. I'm confused as to don't know what I want to do at this point. So I still am in possession of my Quiltmas quilt at this point. I don't know if I should be trying to do something else. I've tried 3 things and I still haven't heard from the people involved, and so I'm at a dilemma. I don't know what to do. So I'm holding off on that for another day, or maybe 2 days will be my last day. It definitely probably will not be mailed before Christmas at this point because of how long it's taking for me to even get a winner. So I'm still working on the Quiltmas thing. I was going to come back today and do a video, but in all honesty, I didn't even know what type of video I was going to be making, so I just decided not to do anything. Okay, so we got one more, Nancy. Thank you. We got 21. Tiffany is saying, I'm not entering, just watching as I wanted to get the box. But so far, I would have not been happy with the purchase. And that's, and like again, I said, this is all based on an individual. So, Tiffany and I have some common interests, and then you can see where apparently we have some differences. And it's because you cannot make a countdown to Christmas box unless you're making a box that's just going to be quilt fabric, and say it's just you're going to get quilt fabric, piece of fabric for every 25 days. If you're doing something where quilting is such a huge industry where you've got the handwork, you've got what's the name of the Japanese hand stuff? I'm balking right now because I got Sudoku in my head. But, you know, you got handwork. You can do different things. People use cross-stitch blocks. People do hand applique. People do machine applique. People make purses and bags and table runners. Quilting is such a large industry. And so it's very hard to satisfy all these millions of people out here. And like I said, I can't even imagine. I bet they sold over 10,000 of these boxes probably. Because Missouri Star is one of those companies that if you can't provide something in a large quantity number, they won't even sell your stuff because they sell out so fast. So, yeah. So it's just one of those things where I think every year, I think next year, if and when I buy it, it might not be the best box for me. This, I think, will probably be my best box ever, because last year at this time I had way more things that I passed on than I actually kept out of that box. So it's just going to be different. Every gift is going to be different. One quilter's pass is another quilter's stash. Right, and that's exactly my point, because I personally feel like last year's box was whack, and this year's box was a whole lot better. And I do like that they do find companies that work with them and personalize items with their name on it. I do like that too. Even this variety puzzle book got Missouri Star Quilt Company on the cover. So I was surprised by that, how many places that they go to that will personalize stuff with their name on it. Tiffany says, "Yep, my likes and dislikes are not for everyone." And that's, I'm not picking you. I just read your statement. I'm saying that's anybody. Not saying that your likes and dislikes are not for everyone. It's just that everybody's likes and dislikes, this is one of those personal things. So it's just weird. I think if you said I'm doing a quilting box for maybe 12 days, maybe it'd probably be easier to do, because you could just do all totally quilt related things, but then, or stick to fabric or pattern type things. But when you got 25 days to entertain people every year and figure out 25 different gifts, and some of them like, you know, having the book and then the pencils, that's technically two things, you know, so you're coming up with a lot of things that you've got to figure out. So some of the packages have more. Janet Johnson is here saying hi, T. Afternoon from Western Australia. Hey, I'm glad somebody is up at a normal time. Katie says, even all the fabric advent boxes have people complaining. I figured what I don't like, won't use, someone will. Yeah, and I'm only doing it because, number one, I can write it off. And number two, a lot of you all can't purchase it. And so because of financial constraints and getting something in the mystery, whereas you have to spend your money on something that's a known fact. So then my way of sharing it with you all is doing the stash or pass game. So that's kind of what's going on here. If everyone liked the same things, life would be boring, from Jim. That's true too. So, you know, you're going to always have people complaining no matter what you do. So just do you. And that's what Missouri Star is doing. I don't care how many negative complaints they get or how many positives. They don't come in and say anything on any of it. They just let people make their opinion and they keep moving, because what? They already got their money. And if they sold so many of those things and they've been doing it, I don't know how many years, at least 4 years, I wouldn't say anything either if people are still buying it. So I'm sure every year the numbers go up. So I wouldn't say anything either. Katie says, I sent the rolling pin to a lady and she sent back shortbread cookies. Now that's nice, made with the rolling pin. Also sent jellies and a loaf of sugar or sourdough bread from a local bakery. See, that's cool. And I got a friend too that makes a lot of cookies, but I do want to make one batch for myself for sure. I want to use it. So Georgie says, we came in late, but back up. We'll catch up eventually. Yeah. And then Dizzy says, how sweet, to Katie. So yeah. So I think that's it for tonight. Again, if we got more questions, I'm not going to answer emails or type any more responses into the chat. I'm just going to keep coming back into the live chats, stating over and over again every time I get a question what I'm doing. And it's very easy for people to know what I'm doing because I've been saying it almost every video. So apparently you're not watching the entire video. And I don't cater to individuals that are not watching the video when I know I've already said it. So again, if for people coming in late, if you already had entered the drawing today around 5 o'clock, I deleted all the entries because I was getting emails from people asking me if I could put in the final question answer, and I'm not doing that. I can't do it in the Google form because it's not my form. And then number two, I'm not going to do it when I download the data to do the drawing. I got other things to do. I don't have time for that. So I'm just being honest. And so what I did was I deleted all the entries and we're starting over from square one. So everybody that had previously entered the drawing and you had your answers, you need to go back and re-put those into the chat. Okay? So that's going to be it, everybody. You all stay blessed. Be safe and quilt out. See you all tonight, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time for my live. I'm actually doing live sewing chat. I need to make a few churn dash blocks. So that's what I'm going to be sewing on, trying to do what I need to get done instead of just sitting and doing nothing. And I did get a couple of Christmas cards too, so I'll also open the Christmas cards. All right? Thank you all. Bye.